Okay guys, so the guitar I want to show you today is really unique. I saw pictures of it and then I got the guitar, and the only way I can really describe it in words is that if you were some sort of top secret government agent spy like James Bond or something, this is the guitar that you would play.
Yes. I'll meet you outside the Jamaican embassy at 7:30.
Okay, so let's actually check out this guitar. And you're probably thinking, that doesn't look like a guitar. That looks like a Kenny G saxophone in this case. But no, this is actually the guitar. So let's go ahead and open this up. Ooh, and take a look at what we have inside here. That is the guitar, but wait a second. What's all this? Yeah. Boom. Okay, so there's a bunch of really cool things, really unique things about this guitar. First of all, as you can see, it's a headless, collapsible guitar made out of aluminum, or aluminium if you prefer. Now, officially, this is the AD80 Adventure Guitar from ALP, but I like to think of it as the James Bond guitar. Now, ALP actually stands for Advanced Laser Particles. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't really stand for that. I just made that up. So now the neck here is somewhat traditional. I mean, it's a 24 fret neck. It's a maple neck with an ebony fretboard, but the rest of the guitar is made out of aluminum. And it comes with that cool gig bag that you guys saw there. But the other thing that's really special about this guitar is that it actually has a built-in preamp and a headphone jack down here. So you've got a USB port, which is for charging the internal battery to power the preamp. You've got a headphone jack, and then you have the traditional guitar output jack. It's a humbucker single pickup arrangement, and this is your standard pickup selector switch here, but then you've got these three knobs. This is a volume, a tone, and then this knob here turns on the preamp in the guitar. So what you can do is, you don't even have to have this guitar plugged into an amplifier at all if you just want to do like some practicing. So you turn on the preamp and then you can plug in your headphones here, put your headphones on, and then you've got a really nice kind of punchy clean tone that you can practice with. And when I do the sound demo, I'll plug in, like I'll get some recordings just from that output there so you can hear what it will sound like if you're playing it with the headphones on. But of course, aside from that, you can still just plug it in with a standard 1/4-inch output jack and plug it into an amplifier like a regular guitar. Now obviously this could be used as a travel guitar, but it doesn't have any of the shortcomings that a lot of the travel guitars typically do. Like, it's still a full scale length. It's not like a short scale guitar or anything like that. And it still has all of the electronics capability and the feel of a regular full-size guitar. Because I mean, it is a full-size guitar. It's just trimmed down a bit. So whether you use this as a travel guitar, or if you just want to go play your, your Yes tribute band and walk out on stage with this thing and be like, all right, locked and loaded. Now, in all honesty, I had never heard of ALP before, doing this review. They sent me an email and they're like, hey, you want to check out this collapsible aluminum James Bond guitar? I'm like, yes, please. And I'm just glad it's something so unique like this, because so many times when, I get an email or from a new company or something and they'll be like, hey, can you please check out our new take on the Fender Stratocaster? And at this point, that stuff just kind of makes me want to go take a snooze. But if they send me an email and say, hey, Next time you need to sneak a guitar into the Jamaican embassy, we've got the guitar for you. Okay, anyway, so this guitar looks totally bonkers and it's very, very unique, but it still has to sound good, right? So let's go ahead and plug it in and we'll listen to how it sounds. And like I said, I'm going to give you guys just some standard guitar tones, you know, from the output jack into an amplifier, but then I will also give you some sound samples of what the guitar sounds like coming out of this headphone jack with the built-in preamp, so you can hear what that sounds like as well. Now, as always, guys, if you enjoy checking out cool new guitars and you have not already subscribed to the Guitar Max channel, please consider subscribing right now. All right, I have talked enough. Let's go ahead and plug in this guitar and listen to how it sounds. Oh, all right. So, guys, let's talk about the sound of this guitar. So it's got a nice prominent mid-range, kind of a very pushed upper mid-range, if you will. I call it a bright sounding guitar, but not harsh. It has its own sound, which is nice. Now that tone from the internal preamp, I don't know how it comes across in the video, but when I play it, it actually, I mean, it's a clean preamp, it's a clean signal, but it actually sounds like when you play it and it reacts as if you had a clean amp with a little bit of gain or a little bit of maybe compression is more accurate. So it's got kind of a snappiness to it playing through that clean preamp that I like. I will say though that I did notice the sustain of the guitar is not, it doesn't have a particularly long sustain on the guitar. But I think, given the construction of the guitar, That's, I think, to be expected on a guitar like this. Now, the neck and the feel of the guitar is great. I mean, it's a satin finish on the back of the neck, really, really nice, smooth fretboard, 24 frets, and the frets are leveled very nicely. Very low action on this guitar, which I love. And even though the guitar looks so odd, you know, with all these, you know, collapsible parts and movable parts and all of that stuff, the sort of outline of the body of the guitar, it's placed in such a way where it's, you know, when you're sitting here with the guitar, I mean, it's very, very comfortable to hold and to play this guitar. I mean, you can actually just sort of close your eyes, and it really, I mean, it feels just, you know, if you weren't really paying attention, I mean, it feels just like a traditional guitar. But then you open your eyes and you're in the future. Now, I think realistically, this guitar has two great uses. One is if you just want to show up at a show and kind of blow people's minds and be the center of attention. I love doing that. Just because of the look of the guitar and the fact that it is made out of metal, that's a reason to celebrate right there. But the other thing, and this might be obvious to some of you, is this is really a perfect travel guitar because you can use it as a traditional guitar, but let's say, you know, you fly in someplace and you're going to play, but you want to practice ahead of time. You don't want to practice in your hotel room or something like that. You can, with the preamp built into the guitar and then the headphone jack, you can easily do that, and you don't have to bring anything else. Just have the guitar with you. You can practice that way and then take the same guitar, go to the show, plug it into your amplifier, and blow some minds. Now let's talk about the price of this guitar. One thing about travel guitars that I've noticed is they tend to be sort of expensive, especially acoustics. I don't know why that is. They tend to cost more than just a standard guitar, even though they're typically smaller. Now this guitar is right around, like the price I'm seeing for it right now is $660. Then there's probably going to be a shipping charge on top of that depending on where you live. So you're looking at about $700 for this guitar. And I know some of you, you know, you might look at this guitar and you think like, oh, well, it's made out of aluminum, it's collapsible, it's headless. It's gimmicky, right? And $700 is too much to pay for a gimmicky guitar. But I think that's kind of selling it short in a way, because these are not gimmicks in terms of just like, hey, nobody's done that before, let's do that. But I mean, everything about this guitar has a reason behind it, and it has a purpose. And I can tell you guys from looking at this thing and playing it in person, I mean, this is a high quality instrument. It is very well made. Okay guys, so let me know in the comment section below what you think of this guitar. Again, this is the ALP AD80 Adventure Guitar. I'll put links for everything I was talking about in the video down in the video description below. I'll put a link for the guitar as well as the amplifier. That's the Fender GTX 100 that I was using for the demo. As always guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.